Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Brandon here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guests are Jason and Philippa, and they're selling their Amazon FBA business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Jason and Philippa, and how are you both doing today?
Great. Hi, Brandon. Thanks for having us on.
Hi, how you going?
Yeah, doing good. Nice to have you both on the call today and to discuss this business that you've created. But before we get into the details and kind of where you got started in the online business space, let's give a general overview of the business. So it is an Amazon FBA business in the health and fitness, beauty, and baby care niches, created in November 2015. The average monthly revenue for the business is $15,984 and makes an average of $4,146 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 52938 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, what's included in the sale are 2 domains and all of their sites, content, and files, the Amazon Seller Central account and 7 SKUs, a trademark, social media accounts for Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, an email list with over 2,600 subscribers, the branding designs for the business, supplier relationships, and it is worth noting that inventory is not normally included in the list price, and further details can be provided to active buyers. So Jason and Philippa, can you both tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, so I guess, we both wanted to do something else, besides our day jobs, and this business just came up. Some other friends were doing a course that led them to FBA online businesses, and so we decided we would give it a go. My background is customer service, worked in it, all my life, and Jace's background is graphic design, so we figured, had a good combination there to make sure that we could deliver, great products with, great service.
Yeah, that's actually the perfect combo when it comes to Amazon FBA, right? Because you do need both of those to really stand out from the crowd. So it's awesome that you both were able to bring your skill sets and grow this business together. It's amazing. Now, how did you get the idea originally to start these specific types of products in the baby care niche and health and fitness and beauty products? Was there something through your research that stood out to you as great potential, or was it something that just kind of fell into your lap at the time of building the business product line?
So we did a training course, and through that course, they stepped us through on, how to source a product and things like that. And honestly, I think it really initially, the baby products definitely just kind of fell into our lap, and it was something that we just kind of got stuck on and went down that track. And sort of expanded and got a couple of products in that area, and then kind of expanded into the beauty then as well, just as we've gone along and found suppliers that we've built a good rapport with. So, that's really how we've come to those products.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's amazing. And when we discuss, some tips or maybe even some advice you would give to our listeners, we might go deeper into the course that you had taken. But, at this time, the business is doing really great. Why have you both decided you'd like to sell it?
I think we've got some other interests that we would like to build the course up. We have our customer service skills. We have our graphics and creative skills. But I guess we feel in the middle we lack a little bit in our marketing. And so we just feel like the product can do so much more than what we're doing with it at the moment. And we really want it. We're quite attached to the branding and the name and, our family names behind our branding. And so, we really do want to see it succeed and be a great success. And we just feel that in the right hands, it could go so much further than what we've taken it.
Yeah, that's quite common when it comes to, the reason why someone might want to sell their online business is they're ultimately wanting to pass the baton on to someone else that could scale the business to its full potential. So completely understand on that side. Now, was there anything that you learned while growing this business that you plan on applying to future or current projects down the road?
I guess we kind of see where Shopify could take us. we kind of haven't gone down that route. But we have a website and everything, but we just feel like that's probably a basic setup for us, but we needed to expand that. So that's somewhere else where we see potential for growth.
Expanding outside of Amazon is ultimately one of the opportunities that a potential buyer could also utilize to grow the business further as well. And that's really great that you've already laid out that roadmap for them. Now, was there anything that you tried with this business and it just didn't give you the ROI that you were expecting?
We've not particularly had any products or anything like that we've off on the way. We've just continued to add accessories, and really there's still more accessories that we could add and could definitely be there for, the potential buyer as well to add some of the accessories that already go with the existing products that we have. So I guess we're a little bit time poor as well. So that's partially why we've not done some of the extra things like set up a Shopify and just finding those skill bases to do them as well.
Okay, gotcha. Now, where does the majority of your traffic come from? Is most of it coming through organic Amazon traffic, or are you also running some PPC paid advertising as well?
We do run PPC advertising, Google AdWords as well. We have a social media with Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, and we kind of try and drag everything back through to that, which does work well. Some things work better at different times. Our products aren't seasonal, so that's also beneficial. So, but, with Amazon, sometimes it can be up and down, but we've always had positive outcomes with using the social media, so we try and use that. But PPC is normally what we use.
Yeah. Of recent times as well, I've got a little bit more into trying to build my Instagram and using some influencers through Instagram to promote the products and, get that real life experience of showing and using and things like that. So once again, that was depending on their followers as well, whether that was sort of hit and miss, but, that was low costs for, some good gains.
Yeah, that's amazing that you've already expanded those marketing channels, and ultimately kind of leads me into my next question for you both. So, outside of maybe the social media marketing, are you doing anything else, say with the email address list or anything else outside of social media for marketing for the business?
We've done a little bit with the email. We've probably not as much as we could have. And I guess, we try not to hound those contacts either, because I find that they drop off quickly if you send too many emails to them. But we do special events usually. So if it's for Christmas or for Mother's Day, or, if we're launching a special product or something like that, or we've got, a big discount or want to do some promotion or something like that, we'll send out an email then.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, hypothetically speaking, if you both were to keep this business, what are some of the ways that you would personally try and grow it?
So I think definitely we've put off the Shopify direction long enough, and that would definitely be the next step for us. Adding a few additional SKUs as well for accessories. Like I said, there's, I guess the beauty about Amazon is to building a product and finding something that's working really well and, adding extra benefits to that product. So our products do have lots of little extra things to it that we could also sell separately if we wanted to.
We are quite conservative, so we always do a lot of research into our products. So we always want to see what customers would want in them. So we try and go down that track and just give the customers what they want. And sometimes it's, we just try and kind of expand certain things in the product.
Just by feedback, really. So when the customer gives us feedback over the years, we have, I guess, progressed and enhanced the products that we already have as well to accommodate feedback from customers to try and avoid those unsatisfied customers if they crop up.
Yeah, that's a really great strategy that you both have, because I noticed with a lot of Amazon FBA sellers that I've spoken to, that's usually where they gain the most in building their brand, is reaching out to their customers, finding out, engaging what the demand is. It might not always be what we expect it to sell, but it ends up working out in the long run, gauging that demand and making sure that there is a demand for the product before launching. So that's awesome that you both have taken on that strategy. Now, can you walk us through the steps or maybe even the process of you getting your inventory from the manufacturer into the warehouses with Amazon?
Yeah, sure. So I guess it just depends on the time of the year or what's happening. And obviously this last year or so has been a bit of a up and down time as far as, shipping and getting goods to the US. So, often we would pre-plan and make sure that we can sea ship so that we've got, cheaper options for shipping. But there has been times where there's been the urgency of, products suddenly being high demand and, out of stock and things like that over the last year. So, in some of those cases, we did air freight them if it was the best option. And also the fact that, some of our products we decided to air in this recent, 12 months because of the fact that the ports were just chock-a-block full of ships and we knew products weren't getting in. So one of our stock we flew in or even one of the sea shipments as well went to Canada instead. So didn't go to US, went to Canada and then trucked to US. So, beat those.
It's a good solution.
Yeah. So just trying to find your ways around to know what's going on and stuff like that. We ship it direct to a 3PL in Illinois. We've dealt with for quite some time now and have a really good working relationship with them as well. And that's sort of all just via email communication, but he's really, onto it and really prompt. So we just drip feed into Amazon as required. We just flick him an email and say, can you send, 300 of these or 500 of these? And he'll get them in the next day for us. So, yeah, it's worked really well. We also utilise that for, if a customer contacts us direct and they've got an issue with something, rather than go through Amazon, flick them a replacement via, the warehouse instead, or, a part might be missing or something like that. So we'll send it via the warehouse, which has worked really well for us. And, I think we've got some really good feedback that way. And I think customers really appreciate you doing everything that you can to make them happy.
We'll have a quick turnaround as well. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's really great that you've kind of already established that foundation in your logistics. And, speaking about getting your inventory into Amazon and making sure that your customers are happy and your lead times are low, can you walk us through what are some of the typical weekly tasks or daily operations that you're currently performing on the business?
So for myself, I guess I'm always checking that there's no Amazon, seller messages coming through. We also offer extended warranties for 12 months on our products. Customers send through applications for that. So our system, I sort of just manually enter those details into our warranty system, send confirmation emails to those customers. We have customers sending inquiries direct to us as well. So I'm sort of just responding to those. But yeah, it's pretty minimal that I do per day, really, I guess, from that perspective. Jace sort of tends to handle, the PPC and keeps a check on that and arranges that.
We both share the social media.
Yeah, both do a bit of social media each day then as well. It's a good excuse. My excuse for being on social media, I'm working.
Right. I'm working on my phone at the dinner table. Don't worry, it's all going to a good cause. No, I completely understand as well. That's really great. So it kind of leads me into my next question for you. So do you feel that there's a particular skill set that a buyer should have prior to acquiring this business? Or do you feel that a majority of the work and operations that you both are doing now can be learned during the transition period to the new owner?
I definitely think, they're easily, we still feel like after all these years we're newbies at it. We're still learning every day. So I think it's really just, kind of feel and see how you go each day. But I don't think definitely, like I said, to get it to that next level, someone with, a bit of marketing skills, someone with a, really good understanding of the PPC, if they're, already existing, that is always going to be a bonus. But yeah, definitely marketing and just having the time to put in those extra, setting up the Shopify and, adding some extra SKUs. And, it's definitely a niche that you can add so many other products, so many out there. We've looked potentially, look researching and things like that, but it's just the time to get it added in and the money behind it as well, obviously, out from stock.
Okay. That's great to hear that it's something that a potential buyer could come in and ultimately with a little bit of marketing background or a little bit of social media know-how, maybe even building out the Shopify storefront, they could scale the business and really, push it to its full potential. So that's really great to see that you already have that roadmap laid out for them, knowing what to expect when they bring it on. Now, what do you feel maybe are some of the potential risks associated with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
Anything to do with Amazon. I guess the thing that with Amazon, it's can be quite scary if they change. We Shopify and expanding our Shopify, it gives you a bit of guarantee.
Bit of a safety net.
And a bit of a safety net, yeah. Mm. So, you'd still go parallel with Amazon and Shopify, but it also gives you a bit of guarantee.
Yeah, I think it's really just the unknown of Amazon, but I think probably, I'm assuming most potential buyers, had a little bit of experience or a little bit of know about Amazon and, kind of already understand that side of Amazon anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's usually the case with most businesses that are built on the Amazon's platform. You are ultimately kind of at their mercy and the way they operate. So yeah, completely understandable on that front. Now, are you both willing to commit to a non-compete, meaning you'll stay out of this specific niche for the next 2 years?
Yeah, we don't have any issues with that. So I have intentions of doing that at this point in time.
Okay, perfect. And then how much support are you willing to offer potential buyers? Are you going with the typical 30 days of email and Skype support, or did you have something in addition that you would like to add on to that?
I think we'd said initially, we're happy to kind of go up to 60 days as well. And I think it's one of those things that not everything is going to come up straight away, I guess, with questions. They might have questions down the track. So, we're pretty flexible with that. To be there to...
I think we'd feel if we were buying the business, we would probably want to have as much time to spend with the seller as much as possible. So,
yeah, I guess it just depends on what experience they've had, within those niches previously, as well, to, whether they've got extra questions about the products. Obviously, sometimes it's harder to communicate and, I've definitely, rewritten all instruction manuals and things like that to make sure that everything's super clear. So, that's definitely a good start. But yeah, I'm happy to help out where we can.
Okay, that's really great that you both are willing to go kind of above and beyond the typical support. And I'm sure our potential buyers that are out there listening to this call can also see the value in that and wanting to see the business succeed and make sure that they succeed with the business. So that's great to see. Now, are you both open to negotiating something like an earnout where you'll receive a large portion of the sales price up front and then smaller payments closing out the deal, say, over the course of a couple months after that?
I guess, something necessarily what would work best for us. We've, got plans that we want to do, so we would prefer the full cash offer.
Okay, completely understandable considering, all of the hard work that you've put into the business and the price it's at, completely understandable on that front. Now, just a few more sideline questions for you. So what advice would you give to our listeners that you wish you knew when you first started this business?
I guess also being committed to learning and committed to, because I guess with an Amazon business, 24 time is with us, that's because we're with us, so you have control and things like that. But you always just got to keep an eye on those emails and just make sure that if there's any customer feedback and just things like that. Customers happy. Yeah, it's always just making sure that you're there to support the customers as well. So I have to admit to, and it's prepared to work because it's not just that it won't go anywhere.
Okay. So just making sure that you're staying on top of customer requests and really providing that customer service to build the brand, build your reputation, and ultimately make your customers satisfied to become repeat customers, right? It's always the end goal here. Now, was there any software or tools that really helped you at the start of running this business?
I guess, we have used some other tools along the way, but once again, we've probably not used any of them to their full extent. I'm sure we've used them to 1/10 of what they're just. But no, I guess our training course that we did to start with was probably the most beneficial thing, which is what, led us to the product, led us how to set everything up.
It's quite detailed.
Yeah, it was very detailed, a long training course that we did. And, we had support, and I think definitely that is the big thing now, as well as support around you as well.
For our listeners that might be interested, what was the training course that you both had taken to kind of help you step into the world of Amazon FBA?
Amazing.com.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure our listeners might gain value in doing a bit of research on that course as well to kind of maybe even branch themselves into the world of Amazon FBA as well too. So yeah, thank you for the mention on that. Now, final question for you both, wrapping up this call, putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think that your business is worth buying?
Well, I think it's well-established brand. I think it's been built with a lot of passion behind it, and molded it and built it with kid gloves and a lot of like I said, behind the branding is family name, both family names to us. So we've really taken it on with a personal.
Okay. Yeah, that's really great. And it's obvious looking at your business here when the listing came onto our marketplace and seeing the effort and the hard work that you had both put into this business shows. And I'm sure our potential buyers out there that are doing their due diligence on this listing can also the value in that as well too. And that pretty much wraps up this call. Was there anything else that you both might like to add that I might have missed?
No, I just think, like we're saying, we think there is a lot of potential for it to grow. And, it's just something that we feel that we can't put into it. And we just know that there's somebody out there that, can put that extra time into it and put those extra skills into it from the, the good base that we've started with, the design and the service. And yeah, we just hope that whoever the buyer is, that they can, make a great success of it. And, we'd love to, see the name around for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure our potential buyers as well can also see the value and the foundation that you've established for them too, to ultimately scale and push to its full potential. So thanks again, both of you, Philippa and Jason, for jumping on the call here. And I'm sure we'll be seeing this listing getting sold for you here in the near future.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you both. And all right, everyone. So thanks for listening. To learn more and to see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 52938. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked the listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.